You both won Taskmaster.
Yes.
Fucking hell, yes, we did.
Yeah, we both won it.
Yeah.
Have you done it?
Yeah.
You didn't win.
You didn't even know I did it.
Morgana vibe stuff. We know this.
What? Yeah, I did it.
Did you have a nice time?
Yeah. I had a nice time.
He came second.
Were you in the
bottom.
same-
No,
were you-
no. We weren't in the same one. I would have loved that.
Yeah, wouldn't that have been... That
yeah.
I'd have thrashed him.
No, you wouldn't. You came second bottom in your...
Yeah, but I was
Second
like,
bottom.
my one, what you got to understand,
Second
Morgana.
bottom.
Morgana, what you got to understand about my one is that any of us on my one, if we'd been on another series, we would have won.
That's
Because
not true.
we were really good.
Oh, I see.
So, like, if I was on Ed's one, I would have won it.
That's not true.
So it didn't matter that I was second bottom
Obviously,
on my
you know
one.
Morgana. I do the Taskmaster podcast, and we regularly interview someone called Jack Bernhardt, who is a comedy writer and also a Taskmaster obsessive, and has done spreadsheets for every single possible scenario.
Oh my God.
And I beat James.
That's handy, isn't
I
it?
beat James in every single
No.
possible scenario.
Oh,
No, I don't think that.
By,
I
like,
think
but
I don't know who
always
this dweeb
I'm
is.
always like top 5 in all of them, and James is like bottom third of the table.
I don't know who this dweeb is who you've been talking to on the Taskmaster podcast, but like I can guarantee you that's not true. That wouldn't work. If I was given your tasks, I would have like been number one.
Do you think so? What was your favourite task? What did you excel at most?
I reenacted a computer game, did Grand Theft Auto, and I was very
He
convincing.
was really chuffed with that.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
know what? That was the one he did well at.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
What about you, Morgana?
When I painted myself green and I sat in a bath and I was a mermaid.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was really fun.
That was good.
See, actually, yeah, so there's crossover there. One of my best tasks was dressing Alex up like a mermaid and putting funnel boobs on him and spraying a hose out of one of them so he was a water feature.
I saw that somewhere.
Probably on the news where they said the best task has happened.
Ed's been
Yeah.
arrested.
Ed's been arrested
Yeah.
for taping up this poor
For the
man.
uniboob.
For the uniboob
Cancelled.
mermaid, yeah.
It just missed me by a bee stick.
Yeah, yeah. Nice phrase.
That you've got a lot of good phrases, Morgana, because something you said to me on the Taskmaster podcast, people mentioned to me a lot. I was saying something, went off on a rant about something, and you told me to take my foot off the cunt pedal.
Wow.
Did you leave that in?
Of course we did. It's great. I love
It
it.
is a good one, isn't it?
I've used it since, only on myself though.
No guest on the live tour has had this energy at the top, yeah? And I think all Taskmaster fans would have been very worried as you got closer to the front of that stage.
Yeah, that's why you put my chair back here.
Yeah,
isn't
right
it?
back here, thank you.
In the safe place.
One of my favourite things
Thank
that
you.
I've ever been present at.
So what you needed to treat James with respect was for him to be a magical figure.
Pretend to be a magical
Pretend to be.
That was all it would have taken, and
Yeah.
I might have won Taskmaster.
Oh, God. You'd have sailed through.
I just pretended
if
to
you
be a
just
genie.
made the effort to be anyone but yourself.
No one's tried that yet, have they?
No.
It's been someone else.
Get that. People are always very eager for me to take the piss out of James
Yes.
for coming second bottom on Taskmaster.
Coming second for bottom was fine, though, because I'm people's champ.
Well, that's something you've invented, though, isn't it?
Well, you can't prove it, can you? If
I'm
people's
always
champ-
surprised when anyone thinks that winning Taskmaster, and I say this with the greatest of respect to my friend here, it is an indication of
Yeah.
any kind of
Well, it's skill-based, isn't it?
ability or skill.
True.
It's
It doesn't
skill-based,
really mean
skill-based
anything. I'm with
show.
Greg on that one, actually. It doesn't really mean anything.
Oh, it is. It's like 15 to 1.
Often the people who've done the worst on Taskmaster are the people who resonate the most
Funniest.
with the public.
Funniest ones.
Not in James's case, obviously.
I forgot you came second bottom because I thought you were quite good at it.
Yeah, I thought you were all right.
I thought you came second
you
or
were probably
third.
marked down harshly.
Well,
Yeah, because you weren't a genie.
there's a few things.
Yeah.
Kerry Godman was on it. He was
Yeah.
very good at just getting it done.
Yeah.
Just Knappett also,
Gosh.
very, very good mind for all.
Yeah.
And Rod Gilbert is your best mate.
Well, he isn't, eh?
Is he not?
And,
Who is your best friend?
Hey.
No, it's not true. Rod is a good friend of mine, but
Yeah.
the notion that I would in any way want him to do well in any aspect of his career is a nonsense.
Can't believe you're having
That's
this
fair.
argument again, guys. Come on. We're at the Dream Restaurant.
Yeah,
We've been in
well,
a hot tub together.
Yeah,
Yeah, you hugged when you came into it. You hugged Ed, and then you shook hands with me and Benito.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah, that was like, this is my friend Ed.
Yeah, okay.
Very
I suppose
sweet.
I did distinguish between.
It's quite nice.
Yeah.
I thought, I can't speak on Benito's behalf, but
Because
I
you and
definitely
I have been
was
through a
like,
lot
that's
together,
lovely.
really.
Oh, we've been through a lot.
When we first met, we were both very well. I was going to say we were both very different people,
yes.
but in fact, when we first met, Ed was fat and I was fat,
Uh-huh.
and now Ed's all thin and handsome and I'm fat. So
But you got a beard now.
Very handsome, though.
Thank you.
The cow in the Taskmaster house is named after your mum.
She is, yeah. Linda
still,
the cow.
Still
Yeah,
referred
yeah.
to as Linda.
Yeah,
Yeah,
still referred to as Linda. Yeah, she still lives there. I did say, it was that episode that I did the New Year special. I was like, has the cow got a name? And Alex was like, no. I was like, we'll call it Linda. He was like, isn't your mum's name Linda? I was like, yep. I didn't realise it would stick. She fucking hates me. But oh well.
Yeah,
Listen, Linda, you're doing well for yourself.
They don't forget stuff on Taskmaster.
No, they really
they'll
don't.
keep it in forever.
They don't.
So,
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
And actually, you're very enthusiastic, Ed. I seem to remember
I am.
from Taskmaster.
Very enthusiastic, very competitive.
So enthusiastic that I just felt weary talking to you sometimes. You were that enthusiastic.
Joy and the club. Every single episode of this podcast, I have to have a lie down afterwards.
I was very excited to be there, and I was sat between you and David, really trying to bring the energy and mood up. And I don't know. I think eventually we came to a happy stasis where you were happy with the level of enthusiasm that was going on. It was just a nice in between feeling.
Yeah, it was. It was a nice show, and I think we complimented each other perfectly.
Yes.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, but there was no boozing for you and David after the records.
No, exactly.
It was just me, Katie, and Rose absolutely getting on it after every show, and you and David were straight home, presumably to get rid of all the enthusiasm.
For Nanny to change us.
Judging by David's performance on Taskmaster, I imagine he wanted to find you lot and have a drink, but he couldn't. He got lost on the way and ended up in a car in a ditch in a different country.
Well, that is kind of quite deceptive, that approach that he takes, because he is a really bright guy. But, I mean, I enjoyed his bumbling because it made me look like Superwoman. But he was very loved by the Taskmaster audience because of that, I think, which is a good thing.
He filled his role marvellously.
He did.
The audience always love the people at the bottom of the table. They don't so much care for the show-offs at the top of the table, especially the winners. They don't like them very much.
Doesn't matter.
I remember who won that one.
And people never remember the person who comes second bottom, James.
Well, looks like someone remembered.
Oh, yeah, no, I remember everything. We went to a fancy restaurant once, Joe. Do you remember with the whole Taskmaster cast? We went to Sketch for an afternoon tea, which is a beautiful restaurant in London. This incredible pink dining room, the walls covered in David Shrigley art, and it's this incredible afternoon tea with champagne and things like that. And we went and sat down. But when we arrived, do you remember the waiter was so excited to see you? He demanded that he take you off on a private tour of the restaurant. And so it was just me and you there. We'd arrived. No one else had arrived yet. And he went, "Oh, it's so great to see you." Took you away. And then you came back from the to the table when everyone else was there with the waiter. Do you remember what you said to us when you came back to the table with the waiter?
I don't, I'm afraid, because I don't have a memory anymore, really. What did I say?
Well, you announced to the restaurant that you'd just given him a blowjob.
Oh, dear.
You had to make your own Marmite, didn't you?
Yeah.
On Taskmaster?
Yeah, had a go.
You did all right. Didn't you win that one?
I don't know.
I think you did quite well. She started with something like Bovril.
I think I did, yeah.
I think you did. Did you come last in that when you won it?
Why would I come last?
When Bob
The
won?
person who was least advocated.
You're making a Taskmaster dig.
Oh, sorry, was I?
Did you come last in Taskmaster?
Yeah, I came last in your Taskmaster.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
I didn't know you'd come last, Nish.
That is. Bob doesn't even remember that Nish was on the series. Every time Nish's task came on, cut to Bob, he's eating a pepperami out of his inside pocket.
Sorry, it's all that talk of white chocolate. It's making me...
Do you know what one of my favourite outtakes to watch is online is you burping on Taskmaster?
Oh.
Yeah.
You're just sitting there on Taskmaster, you burp in front of in the studio. In front of everybody.
Oh, dear. Just awful.
You speak fluent French, don't you?
It's French.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really good.
You're Taskmaster again, that's how I know that.
Oh.
You and
Desky.
You and Desky.
Desky. God, don't you love Desk?
Yeah, truly. A wonderful man.
He's absolutely great, isn't he?
Yeah.
I was so chuffed when I found out that I was doing Taskmaster with Desky. I just thought, everything's going to be fine. Do you know that thing?
Yeah.
So funny when you were calling him Desky as well. Just back to the studio. What's all this?
He didn't love it.
No. he kept that secret for years.
Yeah.
He completely blew it.
Now he's Desky.
Desky.
Yeah.
It's a terrible name, isn't it?
For dessert.
The exotic sandwich.
Yeah. You want that for dessert? The exotic sandwich?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, chuck it in there.
Let's pop
M&M up the nose.
Oh,
Oh, God.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Double deckers. I just remember the double deckers being the absolute needle on the camel's back. No, the straw that broke the camel's back. Double deckers.
Even worse if it's a needle, though.
Yeah.
I forget in yours. You ate stuff, didn't you?
No, we didn't have any eating in ours.
any?
No eating.
Did you, James?
Yeah. Actually, some of our ones were... Actually, they didn't make us eat anything, but I did a lot of eating. Well, we had to make a Christmas cracker, and I chose the Christmas cracker contents to be a Christmas dinner.
Yes.
So I ate a lot of that while I was making it.
I remember that.
Like, I think of you whenever I'm happy in a relationship. I think of you.
Sarah once... Do you know about this?
No.
Can I tell him?
Yeah.
So I was having just a miserable Edinburgh day. You know, you're halfway through, and it's like this war that you're never leaving. You're like, oh my God, I'm not even halfway through. And I saw across the square, I saw James and his girlfriend, and they were so happy. And the wind had picked up, and their hair was like kind of, and they were like, and they'd clearly just been like having sex or something. It was like afternoon delight kind of.
Yeah.
Not
and
clearly.
I was watching them, and like I was like in a park eating chips or something.
Clearly been having sex.
Absolutely not clear. It's what Sarah's mind has done over the
My mind,
years.
and I've also edited this completely because I was
James
asking.
a lot of Johnny on. It was so...
the scent of French letters hung in the air, and he had his arm around her, and they were so in love, and I was just watching them, and I think of that like once a week. And when I see James, I talk about it because I'm like, I think of you frequently. Whenever I'm happy in love, and I'm like, I think this is like that day, like James looked. Like it's just like those things that your brain goes back to.
So
throughout
whenever
your whole
you're
life.
in a happy relationship, you think
Of James.
about James.
Yeah, and I think of James that day.
In a relationship
And then-
that failed. That like
terribly.
was
Not only
over.
failed, but failed terribly. It wasn't even like a like even score at the end. It was like it was a failure, complete failure.
Yeah.
And I have dressed him. I was like, James, on that day, were you wearing a denim jacket with like a woolly collar to it? And he's like, no, I've never owned, never
definitely
worn.
not.
So I've dressed him.
Yeah.
And I've also, Vanilla Sky, how Tom Cruise remembers the Bob Dylan album cover and he thinks it's him and Penelope Cruz.
Right.
I think it's the Bob Dylan album cover now. It's like it's James is Bob Dylan, and he's dressed like Bob Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've just completely edited this memory.
So do you also admit that you yourself have added in the detail that I looked like I just had sex?
No,
She had cum all over her chin. No, I'm certain of it. I'm absolutely certain. She was splattered in cum.
Like the Bob Dylan album
Like
cover.
the Bob Dylan album cover from Vanilla Sky. Remember? That smells like urine.
Yeah.
Maybe I piss out of my armpits.
Yeah, maybe.
I shit out of my...
When was the last
Where
time
would
you
I
had a normal piss? Like just
Oh,
from
that's
the
a
normal
good. That's a
area?
good question.
Yeah.
Look at you, Doogie Howser. You just got to the bottom of that.
Maybe all your piss is coming out your armpits.
Oh, that's nuts.
Well, Al Murray once on Taskmaster they had to do a task where they had to sweat and gather an egg cup of sweat from themselves, and he said that biologically or whatever, chemically, urine and sweat are the same thing. So he just pissed into an egg cup or whatever. But then they didn't let him have those.
They didn't
points.
give him the points.
That's very Greg, though. I mean,
So I don't know.
the Emperor can, you never know which way it's going to
Well,
go.
I mean, he went your way, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, it's perplexing.
You won.
I mean, that I know that is a perplexing outcome.
Did you two have to face each other?
No.
No.
You didn't do champions against each
No,
other?
Sarah was the series after that would have been.
You're now.
Would that mean that we face each other?
No, we're not. So you're.
Oh, you just did champion.
So yeah, we just did it. So yeah, you'll be in the next batch, I guess, because.
I think I might be in that batch.
Yeah.
No. Why would you be in that?
You're
batch?
in the first 5.
Champion.
Yeah, you're in the first. You're in the second 5 series. So.
Champion though.
You weren't champion. You were second bottom.
Oh. Did you just try to muscle your way into the champion
Well,
of
I think
champions
what's
without
happening
actually
here is,
being
like,
technically
Kerry
a
Godman
champion?
won your series, so that's why she was on Champion of Champions.
Like when you saw me in Edinburgh, it's like people remember things differently.
Yeah.
You've really misremembered this one.
Yeah,
Well, I think Ed might. I mean, why are you assuming that it's me?
No, I remember distinctly.
I think Kerry won.
Yeah,
I
Kerry
think there was
won.
actually a trophy given to Kerry.
To me.
Everyone remembers the final episode of Series 7. Kerry won, and you were sat there, second bottom, covered in cum.
It's no fun. It's no fun.
Of course, everyone remembers Greg Davies ejaculating onto me
that's right.
out of his armpits.
That's right. That's right.
Lifted his armpits.
Yeah. Well, little Alex Horne was playing a banjo.
Double shot.
And boom, right in the eye.
We've just got Taskmaster.
Yes,
and it's like
it's very
I
good.
think it's as good.
Yeah,
like
it's very good. I watched the whole thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good. I think, and I mean, this comes out in a long time. I'm on the latest season, and a similar thing to this actually, where like I thought I could do this, and then you're in it, and you're like, I'm losing my mind.
Yeah, that's the one where you watch it and you think, I'd find all the loopholes.
Yeah,
and then you turn up on the day and go, I think I'm an idiot.
Yeah, we were doing 10 tasks a day.
Wow,
ridiculous.
Yeah, I've talked to you guys now. And you like we were talking about it at dinner. You do like 5 a day,
5 or 6. Yeah,
at the studio, at the house at 6 a.m. Start the task.
Oh my god!
Yeah, wild. Lost my fucking mind.
It's like an actual job.
Yeah,
I can't believe, James, that you ever looked at Taskmaster and thought, "I'm going to find all the loopholes."
I thought I could find all the loopholes.
You?
Yeah, because I'd see Richard Osman do them and go, yeah, that's what I'd do.
But Richard Osman is a very clever man.
Yeah, but what you got to understand is I just seen him do the loophole, so I knew the loophole. So I was like, I would do that.
Jamali's a very versatile man.
He is. Brilliant on Taskmaster as well. One of my favourite
so
Taskmaster contestants, especially how Jamali would always laugh anytime Lee Mack messed up. It was really funny how much Jamali laughed every time something didn't go right for Lee Mack.
Yeah. Also, Jamali's technique on Taskmaster was to stamp on everything until it breaks.
Yeah,
which is a good technique.
My goal is I'd like to sit with you both, have a meal, chat, talk about comedy.
Yeah.
I enjoyed both of your seasons of Taskmaster quite a bit. I'd love to talk about that. Yeah, what?
I won my
no,
series.
Jason's seen it, so.
Huh?
You won?
Oh, you have seen it.
I have seen it, yeah. Did you? I'm sorry. Did you need me to say congratulations, James?
Well, I won.
You didn't win.
No. Did you win?
I did, yes.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
He did. He won. He won Taskmaster.
Yes. Then came bottom in Champion of Champions. Thank you.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I came bottom, so I've spoiled that for you. I had a meltdown.
That's okay. Oh, did you really?
Yeah, it went really
a proper
bad.
meltdown on camera or off camera meltdown?
On camera during one of the tasks. It's only one episode. We just filmed for one day doing the tasks, and we had to get a duck from the top of the garden into a pond that they put in at the bottom of the garden.
Okay.
Without coming out from behind the line. We couldn't move the line, so they shut down everything basically. And I ended up trying to get all pipes together and set a tap and run it down there. And other people did it in like 12 minutes. And I took 97 minutes and I didn't get the duck in. And I chopped the duck's head off. And
Smart. By the way, it sounds like you did it right.
Yeah, I think that...
I'd have done the pipes.
But you had like a meltdown.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
As bad as James is on Bake Off?
Oh, no,
I would like... Can somebody put both together?
Yeah, that would be good.
Mine
in
was...
meal time.
I was always sort of present in my head going, I think this will probably be funny. I was genuinely frustrated, but I was always thinking, oh, it's Taskmaster. Of course this is going to happen. I was never having a genuine physical and emotional breakdown.
But you were annoyed.
Yes. Oh, yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Big time. Yeah.
So I'd imagine if I did it again, which I should have because I was champion, but like if you go back and do it again, but surely I would think that you'd have all the things that you were like the first time round, you're like, oh, I should have done that in your head. So then if you do it again, aren't you thinking, like, because I had to do a similar task when I did it with a golf ball and realised afterwards I should have used pipes. So if I was in your position, I would have done that because I would have been like, aha, learning from my mistakes. But then that would have been wrong.
Yes.
Is that what was in your head, Ed?
No, what was in my head was it's going to be so cool to see that duck going down the little pipe.
Oh, yeah.
And then
that's the mistake you made.
Yeah.
The mistake you made was visualizing success.
Yeah. I was doing the edit in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were like, oh, and then we're going to cut back into the studio and people are going to put me on their shoulders. They're going to be blown away at how effortlessly the duck just swam down that. Ducks belong on water. My whole thing incorporates their natural environment.
I was genuinely thinking that. Being like, I want the duck to be happy.
Yeah, of course. And then, for me, personal glory.
She did the Taskmaster New Year's Treat episode as well, one-off episode of Taskmaster, which is very, very good. She was great on that. You can go and check that out.
Yeah, and she was a guest on your podcast, at the Taskmaster podcast, if anyone wants to listen to that.
Yes, if you're a fan of Taskmaster and you want to hear it deconstructed to the point it's probably not fun anymore, then check out the Taskmaster podcast. We did all of Series 10, and we've gone back to the beginning. We're doing all the old episodes.
Oh, you haven't done the best series yet?
Not done 9 yet, no. But we'll get to that.
Worst series 9, full of dum-dums.
No, sir.
Series 7 is the best.
No, it's full of absolute dum-dums. Thickles. Wall-to-wall thickos. That's how that series is known.
I can't fully deny that, actually.
Yeah. They're all great. That's what's good about the show, is it's all good stuff.
Junior Taskmaster as well was
Yes.
wrapping up. It is on right now.
It's on right now as you're listening to
Punk kids.
Punk kids.
Yeah.
I'll say that. Punk
There's a lot of
kids.
punks in there. There's a lot of very precocious kids.
But they're all lovely. So that'll be
And some very sweet
soon.
kids as well. It's a good mix of kids.
Very good mix of kids. Very, very much like a Willy Wonka-esque mix of kids.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But nice versions.
So they have it like...
Yeah.
you know, on like regular Taskmaster, they have like always have an elder statesman.
Yeah.
Is there one kid that's like 9 or something?
There kind of is, because it's all from 9 to 11, you know, the conspiracy. But I always think that. They're like, they're all aged from 9 to 11. I'm like, why did you choose those?
Wow.
Numbers.
There's twins.
Well, there was that's the funny thing though, when you're a kid and someone's a year older than you, you're like, whoa, man. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Tell me about the year above.
They're all sleeping, having a big sleepover together, watching Dumb and Dumber. You're in some back room watching Rescuers Down Under.
Great film.
Yeah.
Really good film.
Beautiful.
Beautiful music at the end.
Yeah.
It's a stunning film, absolutely gorgeous film.
Yeah.
I referenced it on Taskmaster. They cut it out.
Oh, really?
Because no one understood what I was talking about. I said the bit. I was imagining the bit where, you know, when he's climbing up the hair comb to get into the bottle. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's a mouse, by the way.
Yeah.
I said I was trying to do that on a task. No, everyone's looking at me like, "What are you talking about?"
When you asked if the TV aerial was a ladder?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that. One of many good questions you asked on the show. My favourite question being, what, so we don't get another go? That's it, no, John, you're out. What, I don't get another go? No one's ever asked that on the show. They just accept how TV shows work. What, I don't get another go? No, you're on Taskmaster.
You're right, John.
You should let people have another go. I don't know. Let them have another go.
I need to get better at that for not calling people a dick, but going, I'm going to have a drink if it's a really nice thing that I want, rather than... So I did something last night, and then afterwards I was like, I'm going to have a red wine. It was those red wine in cans, and I had about 4 of them. I was like, well, this is disgusting. It's going to make me feel awful tomorrow, but I'm just doing it for the sake of...
Genuinely concerned
horrified.
for you.
Yeah.
Like, actually concerned for you.
Yeah, so I actually had a red wine in a can over the summer because I was doing a gig in Brighton, and then I was getting the train with John Kearns back after, and something about John Kearns makes you want to drink on a train. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Sure.
I just was so...
In a fun way.
Oh, I was so happy to see him because it was the first time I'd seen him after Taskmaster, I think, that they had these cans of wine at the gig, and normally I'm like the most uptight person about drinking. It's to the point that annoys a lot of people that I know, but I was like, I'll take a couple of cans of dirty red wine for this train, and then we just had a gossip on the train. It was great.
We'll name comedians, and when you know they've done a really bad shit, you can stop us.
I suppose it would be like if you shared a green room with someone and they did smelly shits. I shared a Taskmaster house with John and Dara, and you all shared a toilet.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
They were both clean. And
that's a nice note to end on,
You wouldn't
isn't it?
expect that.
You wouldn't expect that from either of them.
From Dara and John, I'd expect them both to be pretty industrial bad shits.
James and I had
yes
for what would you call it here? Craft? No, that's American, isn't the craft?
Oh, the catering. On Taskmaster. So it's the people who did the food catering on that.
And they're famous there for the banoffee pie.
Yeah.
Everyone who's ever worked in the studio
talks
talks about the banoffee pie.
Yeah.
And for good reason. It was out of this world.
We were really looking forward to it all day. They told us it's banoffee pie day. And we're obviously, me and Phil, I love desserts anyway, and Phil loves banoffee pie. Yeah. So we were both just all day going, I don't want that banoffee pie. Do you want it? And then
it was on the same day as egg gravy day, wasn't it? As well.
Egg gravy banoffee pie day.
But I couldn't eat too much because we had a recording to do straight after. So it was like this ultimate torture where I had my favourite dessert and I could only have like...
Well, I mean, James Acaster is a man who has never worried about that. I've seen you eat full 3-course meals before Mock the Week.
Yeah.
Did you get because you've just done Taskmaster.
Yeah.
Did you get the banoffee pie on the catering at Taskmaster? Because after James had done Taskmaster, all you said to me was, "Oh man, it's such a good show to do." I was like, "Great, I can't wait to hear about all the tasks and how fun it is in the studio." He went, "At the studio, there'll be one day we get banoffee pie for dinner."
I've forgotten about that. It's the absolute best. And Would I Lie to You had the same catering company, and there's that banoffee pie. And all I talked to David Mitchell about in the green room was like, "Have you had this?" He was like, "Yes, it's great every week."
Beckett's a hard get now, I think. He doesn't
like to leave his house.
He doesn't like to leave his house. We tried to get him to do the Taskmaster podcast that I do once, and he went, No. I'll do your food one.
There you
He
go.
was bartering already. But that was about 3 years ago, so...
Yeah, now we're in trouble.
Yeah.
You get Rob Beckett when he's contractually obliged to do promo.
Yeah.
He'll definitely do this over Lorraine.
And, it's not like he can hold anything over us and go, "Well, I won't book you for mine." It's like we're childless.
I know, but I'm waiting.
Rob does genuinely say that to me. He's like, "When are you going to have kids?"
I know.
You two are just ambulance chasers. Milking first.
Milking first.
Yeah.
Don't care.
I am absolutely sick and tired
Totally
of people
agree.
pretending that they are passionate about that and having it and fucking going on a panel show or something, then going, "We're going to do this round where we bring up if you should have milking first." You should be fired from your job. You should not be. You shouldn't be allowed to format panel shows. Get out of it.
I lost a point on Taskmaster. It was throw a tea bag in a cup.
Yeah.
And I made a large cup out of a wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
And a handle.
That's great.
Yeah, threw it in. And then Greg cost me the point. He said, "I'm not doing it for the cup, I'm doing it just to put the milk in first."
Yeah.
And then I heard James think, "This panel show's not going to work."
I was like,
Well,
I hope you enjoyed
luckily,
your one series.
Luckily, he still won.
Yeah.
You still won.
I still beat Frank Skinner by a point.
Yeah. Yeah.
The bean point.
The bean point.
The bean point.
You counted your beans.
Counted my beans.
Is there any tips you would like from Ed, Simon? Anything that Ed can help you with? Any tips?
I wonder. Well, he seems to have won an award in his Zoom frame there. I wonder what he won that for.
Which one?
Or two. Hang on. There's one with a man's head. That's an award, is it?
Greg Davies's head. That's the Taskmaster trophy.
Ah, congratulations. And then what's that trophy?
And that's Richard Osman's face. That's for Richard Osman's House of Games.
Yeah, that's
You've really been putting yourself about there, haven't you?
Oh, yeah, I'll do anything.
And winning.
That's a skull, just because I like skulls.
That's good. That's to remind you of death.
Yes.
Yes.
And that the thing behind you, does that say wear a condom?
Yes.
Well, that's a great tip. There you go.
That's a good tip. Yeah, that is a good tip.
That's a Joe Lycett painting. And it's a picture of a baby in a glass bath, and it says, wear a condom. He's a very talented boy.
If you if you hold a slice of bread and then you hold a slice of toast, do this when you get home. The toast is heavier.
Is this another problem with your vocabulary here?
No, it isn't.
Have you been mistaking the word heavier for the word hotter and getting them...
No, go home and try it. A slice of bread, untoasted, toasted. The toasted one is heavier.
Susan, it's going to be late by the time the show's finished. I can't go home and start shagging the toaster.
Also, I think, what were we 3 episodes into the latest series of Taskmaster?
Yeah.
And I feel bad that this audience already know who's not going to win.
It's a hill I'm going to die on. And also, if you've watched the first 3, you know I'm not going to fucking win. Jesus.
The toast is heavier than bread.
Yes, that's what we've learned from this discussion.
So, Steve Pemberton, what was first, filming Alma's Not Normal or doing Taskmaster?
Well, Steve had actually said before, I'd love to be in Alma to Shiv because they've worked together.
Yeah.
And then on Taskmaster, it came up again, and I was like, I'd love him to play this role. So there he was. Nick Mohammed's also in it.
Wow.
But I'd actually already approached Nick before Taskmaster, and then I was like, oh, yes, he didn't get back to us, but he was stuck with me then.
Yeah, he got him.
So I think he did it out of politeness, but it's great. So
you can always guarantee that with Nick that you can bully him into something through politeness because he's the nicest man. If you corner him, you can probably get him in anything, I reckon.
Definitely.
Yeah.
No parts for McNally and Robbins?
No, I didn't. Yeah, because, Joanne and me were drinking at the bar afterwards, obviously, which we did quite a lot during the process. But I said, do you act? She said, no, I'm shit. And so I thought, great. Well, I won't be putting you in it.
Yeah.
And I don't think John's into acting, is he?
No
I don't
idea.
get the vibe.
No, I don't get the vibe he is. He's certainly never. I don't think he's acted or given any vocalised that he likes
I
acting.
think he's into stand-up and spreadsheets.
Yeah.
And Queen.
And Queen, we can only have 3 things.
Yeah.
And those are his things, yeah, definitely.
And that's to be enjoyed on the 12th hole of a golf course. Because every year...
Things just got more depressing. Alex Horne's there.
Alex Horne is there!
Yeah, even worse than being on your own.
Oh, that's mean.
How long Alex Horne would last in prison.
He always steals a boiled egg.
Surprising to no one.
Yeah.
What a disgusting man. Steals a boiled egg and eats that while he's playing golf.
Yeah. So that's why there's so many eggs in tasks on Taskmaster, right? It's just fucking from his suitcase on the way back from Portugal.
Yeah, he'll come back with about 200 eggs.
Would you eat a soup dumpling with the watch your mouth thing in?
Oh, yeah,
How would you manage that?
How are you coming up with these? How are you doing it?
This is why I can't leave the podcast. He's the best in the biz.
Truly, you're blowing my mind. No, you could physically not, I think. I don't think
It'd
you
be
could
really
swallow.
hard.
Can you swallow with your mouth open? God, that was...
I think some people can. I saw it on Taskmaster.
I just did it.
Yes.
Is that what you were doing when you took your sip of
Benito
water?
looks disgusted. On Taskmaster, Benito, there was a task on Tesfaye Birch's series because she's the one who can do it.
You did it again.
Yeah, I did it again, yeah. I just wanted to check it wasn't luck.
For the listener, Ed is sat on his chair drinking water like a swan.
Looks like a turtle.
Yeah.
Like a turtle that can't get back in its shell.
We went and did the Crystal Maze in London.
How was that?
I had a tantrum.
Okay.
I'm glad Ed brought this up because I wasn't going to.
I had to sit on a rocket and throw balls into holes.
Yeah, okay.
And
the rocket was like a bucking bronco.
Yeah,
I understand that.
I had to put a jacket on with all the balls stuck on.
Yeah,
but it had not been looked after, the jacket, so the Velcro didn't work. Probably all the balls fell off. So obviously I complained.
And you went, "What is this?"
Yeah.
No one's taking this seriously.
But also our guide, coincidentally, was someone that we knew.
Okay,
a comedian. And so Ed throwing the tantrum was doubly bad.
That's
because
okay.
He hit the Bronco.
Okay, you hit it.
He hit it with his fist.
Okay,
I was trying to stop it.
Okay.
Also, the friend that was doing the guide, we hadn't seen in a long time, in years.
Yeah.
And he was trying to stay in character. And then when he was doing the
respect
thing,
a huge
so
amount.
then he takes us to the. I think he thought, I know these guys. I'm going to give them the fun ones.
Yes.
Ed was on the Bronco, hitting it, and he went, "The balls on, stick it to the jacket," like that. And then the guy who we knew was trying to stay in character. He went, "Oh, you have to persist," or whatever. And I was like, "Shut up, Richard."
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say shut up, Richard.
No, he didn't.
Was it me? I was there.
It was you.
I've tuned
he didn't
it out.
say shut up, Richard. It was. It definitely made it more difficult.
That's a low moment.
But Ed, it was like,
anyway, didn't get the crystal. Oh no, I did get.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah,
you got the crystal,
okay,
and we all had to go. Well done, you got it. You got it.
Well done.
Because it's happened to me a couple of times in my life where I've thrown a big tantrum about something and then still get the thing that I was throwing a tantrum about, which is the worst feeling.
Yes. How good are you at reversing out of a tantrum and repairing the damage after a tantrum?
Quite bad, I'd say.
Okay,
yeah.
I think the joy of the tantrum is never apologising.
Yeah.
Because in a way, they caused it.
Yeah.
Yeah. In a way, they should apologise to you for making you have a tantrum. That's the whole point.
What would you have done if I'd done that on the TV show?
I think I just would have opened the book and started reading. Yeah. I think it'd be fine because everyone else is sort of dealing with you on your team.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be, you wouldn't really be allowed to have a tantrum.
Because the team would bring me back down.
It's very different being witnessed, isn't it?
Yeah.
As soon as you're recorded, it's so rare to have a complete, proper meltdown recorded. It's always somewhat Brechtian.
The other times I was mentioning we're all on Taskmaster. So.
Okay. But were they really... You must have been aware. You didn't stop thinking you were being filmed.
For Cuba. It worked.
Well, I think it was the last episode of the series. I thought someone else was going to get points, even though they didn't do the task properly, and I did the task properly. And then I got really angry, and then there was a fly in the studio, and I killed the fly.
Okay. You just care about justice, really.
And my wife said that's the only time you've been yourself on television.
Okay.
That's good.
Wow. I've actually stored that up for an argument.
Good. Yeah, that's...
I'll unleash that on him.
That's brilliant. Why didn't you just be like you were on Taskmaster? The real you.
The real you.
What would I cook if you came over? Some wholemeal pasta.
Yep. But you're saying that because you're looking at Ed and thinking, what would Ed eat?
Yeah.
That looked like what you were doing there.
Yeah.
You were sizing him up and going...
I'm just looking at his body.
He'll probably like wholemeal pasta.
Yeah. There's another time we ate, it was Taskmaster.
Yes.
It was the second time we ate together.
Yeah, we ate together at Taskmaster because in the series of Taskmaster I did, Series 9, Katy Wix was ill.
Mm-hmm.
And then they brought in Catherine Ryan to replace her in one episode and Kerry Godliman to replace her in another episode. And then they were worried that she'd be ill for the next day as well. So just in case, Paul came in. So it was just hanging around the studio.
Yeah, great.
Eating.
What a great.
And I'd come off both shows in a row. I came off. Paul was waiting for me at the top of the stairs and went, yeah, there's some funny stuff in there.
Did I say that to you?
Yeah. Katy Wix. Katy Wix, wonderful comedian, actor, author. She does it all, James.
Your former rival.
Former rival on Taskmaster, of course.
Your slain foe.
Yes, my slain foe. She was brilliant on that show. She's brilliant on everything, to be honest. She's one of a select group of comedy actors who, if she's in it, I know it's going to be good.
Yep. And Joe, what? Not only do you know it's going to be good, you know that Katy Wix is going to be good in it.
Well, that's why it's good, because Katy Wix is good in it. You know what I mean?
That's why it's good. That's why it's good. And we're very excited about Katy Wix coming on this podcast. But here's the thing. Even though Ed has already slain Katy on another show.
Is she a ghost? That's why she's a ghost, because she lost to me on Taskmaster.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
That's why, if you watch Ghost, there's a bit in it where they cut out, where they talk about her character and how she died.
Same with Lolly, because she lost on Taskmaster.
Yeah. She was slain by Noel Fielding.
Yes.
He's slain.
And Kyle is alive in Ghosts, but he did lose on Taskmaster.
Yeah. So
Charlotte
maybe
Ritchie can see ghosts because she lost on Taskmaster. The theory's not holding up, James.
Kyle and Charlotte ruined it for us.
Yes. Badil's not in Ghosts, but he's not even become a ghost because I ground his body down to dust in Taskmaster.
Well, Badil already lost his mind. His brains had already been ground to dust before he even went on that show. My nephews declared him an idiot when they watched it.
And what do they declare me?
The coolest person in the world ever.
Eddie Gamble.
Eddie Gamble, they think you're so cool.
Yeah, baby.
I think you're cool and they think you talk by saying, hey dude, hey man, yo.
I do that.
When they write text messages as you to me, thinking that they're tricking me because they don't know how phones work. and they write, yo, it's me, Ed, yo. Hey man. And then insult me.
Yeah. It's pretty much is what I do to you anyway on text.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Hey man, you suck.
Yeah,
Stuff
hey man,
like
yo, dude, you suck. Just saying, bye. And then they're like, from Ted.
Yeah.
Because you're saved as Ted Grumble in my phone.
Ted Grumble, yeah.
Can't have poppadoms, don't have a gallbladder. Next question.
Up to you.
Right.
It's not up to me. I didn't choose to not have a gallbladder.
Well, that is, you made it sound like a choice.
It's the first time we've had that answer.
Okay.
Can't have poppadoms, don't have a gallbladder.
Well, it's true.
Excuse me for my ignorance.
You were there.
But why does... Yes, I was there.
When Katy lost her gallbladder?
Well, it's why I wasn't on Taskmaster for a bit.
For 2 episodes.
Oh, that was it. It was a gallbladder.
Yeah. So what?
Thing.
I mean, so I had gallstones, which is incredibly painful.
Yeah, so I've heard.
And they sort of came out of nowhere. The doctor wasn't really sure why I'd suddenly got them. Well, actually, I was quite young to get them. I was holding back that because I came out so well out of that bit. And so when we were filming, we were filming the studio, weren't we?
Yeah.
And it was Sunday night, and I was in so much pain. I think I might have texted Alex Horne to be like, just to let you know, I'm in hell, and I don't know if I'm going to be well enough for the studio. He was like, just don't worry about it. But I think at that point they got some standbys.
Yeah.
So then I ended up in A&E, and they kept me in overnight, and I was really out of it because I was in so much pain. And they said to me, look, it's got to come out because it just got to the point where my gallbladder was, it was inflamed and stuff like that. And I was in hospital, in the outfit, what do you call it, the gown.
Not the Taskmaster outfit.
No, not yet.
The builder's hat.
Yeah, being sick into the builder's hat in bed. And I think I sort of decided I was gonna. So I'd missed one show, and I decided that night I was gonna go in and make the studio. So I went straight from hospital. It was so dramatic. So they kind of came around, did that thing where they discharge you, that's the word, and they're sort of making sure you're compos mentis and saying you're right. And I was saying, I've got to go and be on TV, and they were like, Yeah. Yeah. And a bit like, we should keep her in for a bit long. It was really like, you know, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. They thought I was completely delusional. I was like, I've got to go and be on TV. I've got to go. And I sort of almost had to pull the drip out of my arm and be like, I've got to go on TV. Yeah. And there was one, I had a shower in one of those sort of disabled cubicles, and they just had that sort of like horrible shampoo that's like for, you know, for everything.
Yeah.
And I sort of said, just I'm going on TV. I really like glossy hair. Do you have any like nicer shampoo than the one? Like it's just that one. It's just like hair, body, everything. And they were like, no, we don't have any nice shampoo. I was like, that's okay. That's all right. Let's wash my hair with that stuff. It'll be fine. And then I got a text from my neighbour saying that a tree had fallen in front of my house and I could no longer get into my house. So that was weird, just falling in the night. Yeah. There was no one in the house, but you couldn't get in or out because the tree was just blocking the front door and there's no back door. So then when the doctor came around, I sort of said, look, there's a tree, I can't get into my house, there's a tree in front of it and I've got to go on TV now. So I've got to go. And he just thought
he knows you got to go on TV.
They just thought I was delusional.
Yeah.
But I did. I went that night and I was so out of it. And Joe Brand, who's famously an ex-psychiatric nurse, was looking at all my pills before we were filming, being like, okay, don't take this before the show. And then I did, got muddled. And she was like, take this for food, do this. So she was amazing and really caring.
Yeah.
And we got through it. I think anyone noticed. But I remember after that show, one of the producers texted me being like, oh, you were quite, just different energy tonight. What did you say? You were quite aggressive or something.
I don't remember you being aggressive.
Well, I was on antibiotics and they made me feel very angry.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anyone else has ever had that, but I get that a lot with antibiotics.
So bread then?
Anyway. So bread. Yeah. Just a nice bit of toast after all that.
There were replacements for you on Taskmaster.
That all began with K.
Yeah, that all began with K. But then the next night when you might not have been coming in, Paul Chowdhry was there in the building.
Yeah, nature's me.
Yeah.
Paul Chowdhry. We had there was an apple tree that was in the neighbour's garden, but it sort of bulged over into our garden. So we were allowed to take those ones.
Yeah.
And then me and my brother used to, the really little ones that weren't ripe yet, there was a sort of game we had to throw them in the air, hit them really hard with a tennis racket. And if the landing noise was metal, it landed on the roof of you got the roof of the farm. That was like 10 points. If it was a sort of gentle duff, it probably landed in the field before the farm. So that was the cool game we used to play with the apple.
You were built for Taskmaster.
Yeah.
They would absolutely do the.
Yeah. I was raised in that house, in the Taskmaster house. Like, I'm a Taskmaster child. Alex was my dad.
On Taskmaster, you came up with a character of Queen Zafufu. I can't remember what planet Queen Zafufu was
Queen
from.
Zafufu came from the planet in my head. Queen Zafufu, like, she was the bomb. I mean, I don't know where I think she comes from, like, Wakanda or somewhere like
right,
that.
Okay, so
I mean,
from a pre-existing property.
Another part of Wakanda that hasn't been discovered yet.
Right, okay, yeah.
Like Dakanda. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Shakanda. Shakanda. Yeah, Queen Zafufu came from Shakanda.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, which is like a little bit of a, like, more, like, African destination with a little bit of South London in it.
Okay, yeah.
That's what the Black Panther films are missing for me.
Yeah.
Little bit of South London.
Bit of South London.
Yeah.
Is it still hidden?
It's
like
kind of
Wakanda
hidden
is?
because it's got, all the diamonds and the rare stuff like all the other parts of Africa.
You got vibranium there?
Yes.
Yeah.
We've got vibranium, tibramium, chibramium, all bramium.
All the bramiums.
All the bramiums, and bramians, and it's just a beautiful place, exotic, and we have natural powers in us. And Queen Zafufu, her power is to just glide through life, like on Taskmaster.
On Taskmaster?
Yeah.
So it's very specific power.
Yeah.
She has to be on Taskmaster for it to work.
On Taskmaster, she doesn't have to do much.
Yeah.
She has a lot of power in her eyes.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? Her eyes are the power.
Yes.
And her queenness.
What are the other people who live in Shakanda? What powers do they have?
Well, their power is to be submissive to Queen Zafufu.
That's not a power, Judi.
That's a power.
That's the opposite of power.
The power is you know when to keep quiet. Okay?
Yeah, all right.
You know when Queen Zafufu, did I say her name right?
Yeah.
Rolls her eyes and knows when you lay the path for me. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's their power. They can be invisible. I'd love to be invisible.
Also, their powers are to be submissive and invisible. And their leader, Queen Shafufu, her power is to glide through Taskmaster.
Glide through life.
And Taskmaster.
Yeah. Enough that, when the tasks come, if she doesn't want to do it, it doesn't look like she's just saying, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
It just looks like she has the knowledge of how to do it.
Yeah.
But I don't need to. That's what Queen Shafufu
Is that your impression of how you did Taskmaster? That
what are you trying to say?
That no one could see that sometimes you couldn't be bothered to do the task?
I don't know where this came from. Because I had a lot of people say, I just love the way, like, every task you kept saying, I ain't doing that, I ain't doing that, I ain't doing that. And I don't remember that.
I think you did a lot of them and sat down from memory.
Did I?
There's a lot of, you introduced a chair to a lot of them, I think. Yeah.
Well, look, these tasks were so crazy. I love that show.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it was one of the best shows I've ever done. It's unreal. It's not every day you get to pretend to be a kid again.
Yeah.
That inner kid in you comes out and we're playing. That's all we're doing. But some of the tasks, I was just like, this is crazy. Are you I was looking at the camera. Is this what you really want me to do this? So it was just like, let me take a seat.
Yeah.
This queen take a seat while I do this task. I mean, I had to build something from sweets.
Yeah.
And then I had to eat them all. Yeah. Hello? Do I look like I eat sweets? I don't know. I was trying to set you up then.
No, I know.
Sweets. You all went, I ain't answering that.
Keeping that one quiet.
It was an amazing show. I absolutely loved it.
You're brilliant on it.
Yeah. It was, but I was just like, oh my gosh, how did I get this reputation of like not wanting? It's not that I didn't want to do it. It's just that I just finessed it with such sheer, relaxation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's where people's getting that mistake.
Yeah, you got Alex to do a lot of it as well, I think.
Well, what was he there for?
Yeah, sure.
Tell me your role. They said he was supposed to assist. So in Queen Shafufu world, do the damn job for me.
Oh, that's interesting. Does Alex live in Shikanda?
He does live in Shikanda. Yeah, when I allow him to, he lives in Shikanda. You could tell from how he was. Did you see his power of being submissive?
Yeah, very submissive.
Yeah,
he was very
loved
submissive.
It.
Yeah.
So is he like in Wakanda they've got
Shakanda.
So but in Wakanda they've got Martin Freeman.
The one white guy.
We'll go over there.
Yeah.
It's Alex Horne, you're Martin Freeman.
Well, no, I have got a few other white guys in Shakanda. Yeah. They swam over. Yeah, from Lakanda. Yeah, and Lakanda is a country that was lacking.
Yeah.
And they swam over. Yeah. They could hear the music and the vibes and said, I want some of that. So, I've got quite a few.
So he's like
white fella brothers.
He's like your favourite white men? Only your favourites allowed in?
He's, I have so many favours. Queen Shafufu has love for so many. And they all have different roles.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've got different roles. I've got many others that are in different areas, some that I cannot disclose. But Alex, he does really well. He does, yeah.
He pulls his weight.
Yeah. A lot of them pull their weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. You lot would do well from coming to Shikanda.
Yeah, I bet we would.
Very happy to swim over, Judi.
From Lakanda.
From Lakanda.
From Lakanda, where we currently
It's
live.
so boring in Lakanda.
We currently live where it's lacking. Much requested, Alex Horne. Of course, the assistant on Taskmaster, the creator of Taskmaster.
The brain.
The true brain.
The big brain.
The whole thing. He's put us through our paces, and now we get to flip it around.
Yeah, we get to put him through his paces. I got to be honest, Alex is a lovely man, an absolute comedy genius.
Mm-hmm.
I think within the next decade we'll see him approaching National Treasure territory.
Oh.
Here's what I'd say. I'm fairly sure this menu is going to be absolute dog shit.
Every day at Taskmaster, the menu goes round, and I have what Jenny has. Jenny's in charge of the menu at the moment. I say, what are you having, Jenny?
Yeah.
And I think she's maybe a vegan or something.
Yeah.
So I don't really, we don't have similar...
So what sort of stuff are you having? What's Jenny ordering? Polenta? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you getting polenta from? Is this at the
I don't
Taskmaster
know.
house?
It's in the menu.
No, I spend a long time working out what I want.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
No, not me.
No. You have what Jenny has.
Yeah.
Is
Jenny here, by the way?
Jenny, we should have got Jenny on the podcast.
We should have got Jenny on the podcast
and told you what Jenny had.
What am I saying, Jenny? What is my dream meal? Or what is your
Yeah. Well, whatever won't confuse her the most.
What was my dream meal? Quick as possible.
I don't know if she's a fan of the pod, so
yeah. Say you're doing off menu.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If she wants to Google that.
Yeah. I think she would like this podcast.
Yeah.
I think she does like this podcast.
Right.
Okay. Well, then she'll know the format.
Might help.
Oh, there we go.
Does Gary still work on?
Gary, I was with Gary
Taskmaster?
yesterday. Yeah, Gary still works there.
Love Gary.
That's my main food memory from Taskmaster. Is Gary eating the cake?
It
was Gary's birthday, and Will had a slice of this big cake, and Gary just picked up the rest of the cake and he ate it in a way that was like, I respected it so much the way he did it. He just completely didn't cut it up. Just got a fork and just dug into it, and he looked so happy. I was like, "Oh, I think Gary's my hero."
Yeah,
I could tell you a lot about the food habits of the crew.
Yeah,
but I think there are some secrets.
Yeah, okay.
But the biggest secret is that Andy C, the producer, never eats in the same room as us.
Oh, I never noticed that.
And I don't think he'll enjoy me saying this, but it's brilliant for us. We always wonder what he's up to.
Yeah, what's he doing?
I don't know. Hi, Andy.
Hello,
He
Andy.
sneaks off. It's great.
Thank you for the rap album recommendations, Andy. Every now and again.
So, have you ever followed him to where he goes to eat? Or
No, I respect him too much.
Yeah. But do you think
It'd be awful if he caught me following him out to lunch?
So, say he went to the caravan to eat.
Yeah.
What if you went, oh, Andy, do you mind we just have a chat about something? We've got a few things to catch up on, and took your lunch in there and sat down in the caravan.
I don't know
with
what
him?
would happen.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. There's a secret room in the caravan, so he'd probably go
Probably
there.
go in the secret room, yeah.
It's full of balloons.
The balloon?
Did you ask me if he eats the balloons?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if he eats the balloons. I can't imagine he would.
No.
Just because of the content of the balloon.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's not edible.
Good task.
Yeah, eat the balloons.
Eat the balloons.
Fastest wins.
Eat the balloons is a great task. I'd eat the balloons.
Yeah.
If you had a task, if it was just shit, fastest wins, who would win out of you two?
I think maybe Ed.
I reckon I would.
Yeah.
When you
That's the one
said
we get
that,
requested most.
shit fastest wins, my stomach went, let's go.
Yeah.
5 points.
You're very competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My whole body is
But
competitive.
also is like, shitting's a big part of his life.
Oh.
Him and Nish shared a flat for years, and it was very much the theme of the flat.
Yeah.
Was
Really?
doing a shit.
We still text each other now about it.
That's so interesting. So Tim and I lived together. I don't think we ever mentioned it. And
No.
we probably pretended we didn't do it.
We've
We
never
would-
hugged either, so...
We have hugged actually
Once.
twice.
Yeah, twice, sorry.
Once when I was sad, once when I was happy.
But you're not going to talk about shitting if you're not even hugging.
No.
Yeah.
No,
That's not gonna
I've never done one in the Taskmaster house either. There's only one toilet,
Really?
and I'm not going to do
I've
that.
definitely done one.
Yeah,
in the
me too.
Taskmaster
Have you
house.
both?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
We've got a good spray.
Me too.
To deal with.
That would be a good task. Actually, scare Alex.
We've had
surprise Alex,
when he
right?
come out of the shed. One of my favourite ones. That.
Oh,
But then
yeah.
in that one, I knew I was going to be surprised. So that's difficult to prepare yourself
Yeah.
to be surprised.
Well, even then, you had to verbally articulate how surprised you were.
I'm the same with jokes now as well. You might be as well. I have to say, yes, I found that funny, rather than laughing in any way.
No, I really laugh still.
Oh, do you?
I love a big old laugh.
A bit more basic.
Scare Alex, a bit more, obviously. Scare Alex would be a great task as well,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, but I think you need a long term. I need to not know I'm going to be scared in the next hour.
Sure.
Well, I guess it's a case of scare Alex at some point
before he's 50.
Before he's 50.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that would be, day one, be given that task without you even knowing it's a task.
Yeah.
Now we've ruined that.
And they have to do it by the end of the series.
Yeah. And then you sort of liaise with the Andys on when you're going to do it.
Yeah.
That would be quite good.
And that would be, the way I would do it would be to say, Andy C, invite Alex to have lunch with you.
Yeah.
Because he would not be able to resist that.
Oh, wow. And then it turns out he's got some horrific habits.
Yeah. That he does something awful.
I'm looking for a task, which in the old days you could have a really basic task like sweat the most. We've got an hour, but we feel like we've done all them, which I think why I mentioned shitting earlier.
Yeah. Because you've done fart.
We've done fart, we've done sweat the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, done fart.
There's not many bodily functions
No.
left. And I kind of wanted, like, cut the most hair off your head, but it's not that sort of program. So
Done
if you think of a
sneeze or
bodily
something.
function we've not done, please let me know.
Burp?
Yeah.
Have you done fart?
Tonally, yeah, we've done fart.
Yeah, you've done fart, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, that was the series to do it, would be to give Mike that as well in the same series.
And then go even worse, maybe.
So that he burps and then
vomit.
Come.
We know. Well, I suppose it is that, isn't it?
Eventually. Champion of Champions. I think that's for Champion of Champions, isn't it?
Imagine.
That feels like a Champion of Champions task.
Can't wait to watch Taskmaster.
Oh. No, I don't think we can.
Come, fastest wins.
Ed is going for a real cum phase.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't bring it up yesterday. It wasn't me who brought it up yesterday.
Cum very funny.
Cum is funny to say because it's so
funny.
rude.
It's sort of a shame it's rude because if it wasn't rude, we could all just talk about it and laugh about it.
Yeah.
Because it's just like spitting, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's exactly like spit.
If footballers did it on the pitch, would you be cross?
Yeah.
Jamie Oliver, friend of the show, of course.
Friend of the show.
Glad to hear his sausage rolls
Been
are
on the
good.
show.
He
Liz,
recommended us some pants that really keep my sausage rolled up.
Is he doing pants now?
No, he just gave us a genuine recommendation.
Are you enthusiastic about the pants he wears?
I'd imagine he'd wear quite thick pants.
Well, you'd be wrong.
Well, I'm wearing a pair of them right now.
Are they thick?
No.
Am I? Not today.
Do I have to check if I'm wearing Jamie Oliver pants?
Well, I imagine you've got pink pants on.
Yeah.
No, there's been a situation there. They've all gone black.
What?
It's all black now.
As in they used to be pink and now they've gone black?
Greg teased me so much. He said, you've got to wear black pants.
Because they're slimming?
I think because he said, the older you get, the more likely are to be that you'll need black pants.
What? Oh, because...
Right.
Well, I don't know yet. I'm waiting to discover the reason. But,
yeah.
I'm guessing he thinks you're going to be dropping drops of piss all over your pants.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it'd be the other one, but yeah.
And
Or
those are the
shitting
exact,
yourself.
I think
those
so,
are the exact pants that Greg wears as well.
Yeah, I wear the same pants as Greg now. I've still got the,
Alex.
I've still got the pink pants.
You've got to look at that. You've got to examine that.
I've got a box of pink pants.
But Greg has bullied you into wearing the same pants as him.
Black pants, yeah.
This is not healthy, Alex.
Well, of course, when you do Taskmaster... Well, no, we have done it.
We've done it?
Yeah.
You can't take that back.
Really?
Yeah.
I was going to ask you guys at the end of the podcast if you wanted to do it.
Ed won.
You get given a pineapple plant as a gift.
Of course you do.
What?
And so far, I've killed 2 pineapples.
Yeah, me too. They're very hard to keep alive.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
What?
It's a new thing. It's Channel 4.
No,
He didn't do
Dave.
it. He
It's
was
Dave.
I didn't get given a fucking pineapple
Hey,
plant.
Did you not?
Hey.
Did you not?
Just
No,
wait. You
I've
will.
been given 2.
I didn't get given nothing.
You didn't win.
You must have been given a pic. No, but we all got pineapples on our series. You must have been given a picture of one of your best moments framed.
Now, there's lots of these are new developments.
That's you made that one up.
No, genuinely haven't.
Really?
I've got a
that is
framed
new.
picture of
Alex,
of
we
me
got
sitting next to
nothing.
Alex dressed as the mermaid.
Are you joking
Yeah,
me?
but you guys got paid.
I'm 2 series behind him.
Oh, yeah.
How often are you eating a Mars bar?
Once a month.
So it's not Greg who's convinced you to do this, is it?
No,
Eat
this
Mars
is me.
bars?
This is me. No, it's full moon Mars bar.
Because you know Greg ate 97 Mars bars during lockdown,
During
1.
lockdown, yeah, I did know that. Because before the Taskmaster recording, he used to ask the audience, "How many do you think I've eaten?"
Yeah.
It was always over 97.
Yeah.
They said, he kept saying, "Look at me, how many do you think I've eaten?" And they would say, "What, 200?" And then he'd get sort of upset and confused.
But he'd do it again next week.
Yeah. And then someone got it right, and he said, "I'll give you a prize if you get it right."
Yeah.
And someone got it right, and he said, "Well, you've cheated clearly," and got quite cross.
He had 7 in one day once.